Look at this, folks. I'm sat here on a super yacht. It's amazing. It's a fantastic experience. And normally I should be saying, turn my nose up, think about all the diesel that this thing is wasting every weekend. But no, this is completely sustainable. This boat is like a sailing solar farm.
The insulation of the hull is made of PET foam, and the foam that we use here is the equivalent of 600,000 recycled plastic bottles.
The whole purpose of this podcast is to prove that sustainability can make a better product and a better customer experience. Arthur Polichensky, thank you so much for finding the time today here on your Sunreef yacht. Could you please tell us a little bit about the vessel that we're sat on here?
Yeah, this is a Sunreef catamaran. So the model is the 80 Sunreef Power Eco, and it has electric propulsion, electric engines, and a system that we call the solar skin. That means you have solar panels integrated with the composite bodywork of the yacht, and you can see them everywhere. They're in the side of the hulls, the roof, the superstructure. So a lot of clean energy generated on board, and basically like a motor yacht that doesn't make any noise.
Before we go into all the technology, and I want to hear all about this solar skin, because I know this is something where you have an absolute unique world first. But before we do that, let's maybe take a few steps back and talk about the company Sunreef. Where do you come from? I know where you build, but where do you come from in terms of a company? Where were you founded? Who founded you? And how long have you been in operation?
Yeah, so the company was founded by a French businessman, Francis Lapp, who moved to Poland in the 90s. Okay. And at first, he started in a completely different business. He's an electrician, okay. And his first business was in electrical gear and then real estate building. But at some point, when he made his fortune, he thought, okay, he started to do these competitions on hobby yachts and small racing catamarans, and that's when he thought, okay, I like boating. I may want to do something with it. And yeah, fast forward, he at some point, he started a charter business. He bought a couple of catamarans, and at the time he's put them in Madagascar to establish a small charter business. Okay. And the longer he chartered those, the more he felt like he needed the luxury edition of the catamaran. He liked all the advantages that catamarans have, but he thought, okay, I need something nicer. And the advantages are so many, because catamarans are stable, they're large, they have shallow draft, so you can go to all the places that monohulls can't go to. Obviously, there's the advantage of fuel efficiency, because you have less drag generated. Today people realize that a large catamaran makes a better sustainable boat because you can put more solar panels on it. There's so many advantages, and he figured that a long time ago, but he thought, okay, I need the luxury edition of the catamaran. And this is how Sunreef started. Yeah. When he had that spark, okay, there's a niche here in the market. No one does that. Not electric, luxury. At the time, all he needed was a luxury catamaran. Yeah. And then came the evolution to electric catamarans.
Tell us, when did the ecology change happen?
A long time ago. It was for us, making an energy efficient boat started a really long time ago. Before we started considering electric propulsion, there was also a first stage. It was the finding a solution for the air conditioning, and the air conditioning is one of the highest energy consumers on board. So yeah, we started to think of a way to maybe power the air conditioning, through a battery, so that we don't have to use the generator at night. So it was like an evolution, and then at some point, I think it was in 2018 or 19, we launched the first yachts with electric propulsion, but we go much further than that. For many shipyards, it's the definition of a sustainable boat, ends with just installing electric propulsion. For us, it really is about looking at every possible aspect of the yacht.
We've seen quite a few yachts and catamarans around here that have got electric propulsion, but I think you offer the three options, right? You can go for a diesel, a hybrid, or electric. What would you say? What are the benefits and downsides of each?
Yeah, so as you said, it's today we give our owners the choice, right? So they can go diesel, either way. Even if they choose the diesel version, it's a diesel catamaran, not a monohull. It will burn less fuel. That's already good. But then if they want to go a step further, they're going to go electric. So one of the downsides, let's say, is that they're going to pay a little more at the beginning, roughly 15%, maybe more than the diesel version. But then it's our job to tell them, look, you're going to save a lot of money on fuel and maintenance, because the electric engines are a lot easier to maintain, and there's going to be massive fuel savings.
It's something that I noticed going around the fair here. When we spoke to boat manufacturers that don't offer electric propulsion, one of the things that they kept saying was, yeah, just imagine if you're in French Polynesia and your motor breaks down. If you've got a diesel engine, you can fix it all around the world. But I worked in the car industry. I know that electric engines basically just don't break down, or not very often, right?
They're a lot simpler. So yeah, you will probably not have that problem. And so I think that the argument is invalid.
I agree. Let's just have a little think about the actual vessel that we're sat on. Could you just give us some specifications? Because this is not just, as we would say in Germany, a yoller. It's not an optimist, right? It's not the sort of thing that kids learn how to sail on. Tell us a little bit more.
It's a big luxury yacht, right? So right here, making things energy efficient and cleaner is a big challenge. A luxury yacht is it's a big endeavor, right? If you want to make it as energy efficient as possible, there's a lot of things that you will do. Okay, one huge thing that this yacht has is the solar skin system, and a part of the solar skin system, the solar cells that are built in the entire bodywork of the yacht. One of the things that it does here, it powers the air conditioning, and as we said, it eats a lot of energy, and part of this solar power system here will power over 100% of the air conditioning needs. So this is, we got a huge problem out of the way already. On this boat you will find the solar cells, as I said in the beginning, everywhere in the composite structure of the boat, but the owners will still add more. They will add some in the bow part of the yacht to generate even more energy. On top of that, the captain is planning, I think in 2 years' time, to do an Atlantic crossing without using a drop of fuel. So they're going to use their kite and their solar, and so this will be definitely an exciting thing to follow. Yeah.
So just to get this absolutely clear, when you say you want to go across the Atlantic without using a drop of carbon energy, or a drop of traditional diesel fuel, what you mean is you're going to use a wind kite sail, and you're going to use solar energy to power your boat, but you're not going to have a traditional sailing boat when you're doing that, right?
Yes, this is the plan for the 80 Sunreef Power Eco Mattia. This is, I had a little chat with the crew. They're telling me this is part of the plan. We're going to be following the story because it really sounds exciting.
I can't wait to actually follow that story, because this is what it's all about. We're inventing the future, and it feels so exciting to live in this generation where we have the ability to define what's coming in the future. It's a little bit like the Mr. Daimler and Mr. Benz and Mr. Rolls and Mr. Royce of our generation. You're inventing what comes next, right?
Yeah, those are exciting times, and there are many things that manufacturers can do. And I'm proud to say that I work for a company with we have our own R&D department, right? And they appear to be the busiest people in the company, right? So they're constantly thinking of new things that I can improve. There's just so many things that can be done still.
Just if you explain a little bit about this specific yacht. So how long is it exactly?
So you have an 80-footer, so slightly below 24 meters. The beam is 12 meters.
That's the width for people who don't sail, yeah?
Exactly. So a catamaran, so slightly larger than the usual monohull, and that makes it very stable, very large, and that makes it a very comfortable boat because it offers just a lot of living space.
So of course, sitting on here, it feels like one of those super yachts that you see on the Hollywood movies, but you don't just stop at the actual electric propulsion. You've also got actually sailing yachts with all this solar technology as well, right?
We do. We produce sailing yachts and motor yachts, and in the sailing range you have an additional very important feature is the sails, right? That's the most natural thing that you can do to propel your yacht. But it gets even better when you have a sail catamaran with the electric engines. You're going to use your propellers as hydro generators. So when you put your sail up, you sail, you navigate under sail, your propellers are going to generate energy for you.
And I know you guys also offer like wind turbines on the top of your yachts as well, so that even at night you can generate electricity, right?
Yeah, but I think mostly we like to rely on the solar, but of course there's always like an ongoing thought process in the R&D department, and this involves all the aspects of the yacht.
Now just tell me, I know you're in a real big rush because you've got lots of people queuing up to buy these boats. Yeah, everyone please like the video, share it with everyone, because if this goes viral I'm going to be back as a customer. But just right now there's other people that are queuing up to do that. But tell me a little bit about the materials, tell us about the hull, tell us about, well, you tell us about all the things I'm not going to tell you about.
Yeah, well, there's just so many things, you know, that yeah, just to give you an idea, you know, PET foam. You know, some time ago we started using PET foam. PET is basically recycled plastic, right? And yeah, inside a Sunreef, an 80 Sunreef Power like this, you have the insulation of the hull made of PET foam, and the foam that we use here is the equivalent of 600,000 recycled plastic bottles. And at some point we thought, okay, we're not going to stop there, we're going to start replacing elements of plywood inside by PET foam. So that's another 160,000 recycled plastic bottles that go into a Sunreef 80. On top of that, at the end of life you can recycle that foam. So it makes sense. It also makes your boat lighter. A lighter boat means you're going to need less energy. Right.
Yeah. And that's brilliant. And I think also, I don't know if this is the case as well, but a lot of the materials you use inside the boat are also recycled or recyclable, yeah?
Yeah, we have an in-house team of designers, and their job is to you know, sit down with the customers and to present them with, you know, the healthier alternatives. And there's so many fabrics that are recyclable or recycled that feel, you know, that have that luxury feel. Okay. And it's the same case with something that we've done with teak. Okay, today we're on a yacht that uses teak wood, but we're moving away from teak, and we're I think the only shipyard to do this on like a complete scale, where the whole Sunreef range is going to move away from teak.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to use a natural alternative, not plastic, but a natural alternative.
And I think when I did the research, I heard that you also offer the option to use antique teak or old teak. I mean, old teak is antique because it's old trees, but you can basically take old houses that have been ripped down or whatever and use that wood, right?
Yeah, it's a good name for a product, antique. Yeah. But,
I get 2% on that. I could probably retire on that. Anyway.
But yeah, repurposed teak or reclaimed teak. Yes, this is something that we've done. I remember there's one nice sailing electric 60 that uses repurposed teak. One electric 60 Sunreef Power that uses reconstituted teak. Yeah, there's a number of things that you can do with the design with recycled, recyclable or sustainably sourced materials and still keep that luxury feel.
Each yacht that you build is unique, right? You build it for the customer. There's obviously some basic principles you start from, but you build unique yachts for each client. And I think you've got a couple of pretty famous ones that are mentioned on your website that we're allowed to mention. I'm thinking about the Formula One world, for instance.
Yes, well, in the Formula One world, you know, we had first we worked with Nico Rosberg.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's big on this stuff, right?
Yes, yes, he is, and it's, you know, it's his career right now. It's all about investing in green technologies and promoting those. So that's he's a really inspiring ambassador to work with. And then now we also work with Fernando Alonso, who's the owner of an electric 60 Sunreef Power.
Wow, that must be amazing. I mean, just to think, these are people, they've spent their life at the pinnacle of what they're doing, and they've come to you guys because you're offering the better option, right? It's ultimate luxury. It's not just ultimate luxury, it's better than old school technologies. It's quiet, it doesn't smell, it's regenerative, you don't have to go to the gas station. This is just 10 times better than what you would have on a traditional boat, but also combined with the sort of luxury that people who have done so well in their life deserve to enjoy, but with a good conscience, right?
Sure, and it makes a lot of sense. Not only it's you know, the efficient and respectful way to enjoy the sea, but it also lets you save money and save fuel, and yeah, it makes a lot of sense on so many levels. It just seems like the reasonable thing to do.
Arthur, it's been so nice to speak to you today. I know you've got a queue of people waiting for you, but is there anything else you'd like to mention any question I didn't ask yet, which you'd like to just tell people about?
Yeah, actually, soon we're going to the Monaco Yacht Show, and the Monaco Yacht Show is a different type of show. It's a super yacht show, and in the world of super yachts, you're used to seeing big monohull, fuel-guzzling yachts, and we're there. We like to go there because we like to go there with a catamaran, and it looks like a fresh approach to the super yacht sector. And right now, we're building 3 super yachts that are going to be, like a new definition of the super yacht experience. They're 43 meters long. Okay. They're going to be electric sailing yachts, again equipped with the solar skin, and they're going to have hydro generators. And I think that in that way we're going to prove that point that the super yacht experience can also be about energy efficiency.
You know, what we always say is to get the transformation of decarbonisation, to get people interested in sustainability, we need to move from FOLO to FOMO. FOLO is fear of losing out, so fear of having something that's a bad compromise, whereas fear of missing out is fear of, if I don't get that sustainable option, I'm not going to have as much fun as the guy that does. And I think this is exactly what you're doing perfectly. I'd like to thank you for your time today. I'm going to wish you all the best in Monaco and all the best with everything that's going on here. Thank you for making the world a better place tomorrow than it is today. It's really, really great to see this. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I'll pass on the thanks to the Sunreef team.
Thanks, Arthur.
Thank you.
Cheers.